got to save you!
Sometimes it's the goofy characters who actually lock in and prove they're the most dangerous person in the room. Here are 7 times the goofy character locked in. And starting us off is Hiro Hamada from Big Hero 6.
Can I try? I have a robot. I built it myself.
At first, Hiro is just a 14-year-old hustler. He spends his nights in underground alleys winning illegal bot fights for pocket change. But then, tragedy hits. His brother dies in a fire, and the truth starts looking a lot more dangerous. The second Hiro finds out that the man in the kabuki mask didn't just steal his microbots, but is the reason his brother is dead, he locks in. In the safety of Fred's mansion, Hiro decides to play Asian Nick Fury. He takes a group of genius lab nerds and weaponizes their hobbies, turning science projects into high-tech tactical gear. But let's be real, at first, they were garbage. Their first fight was a total disaster.
Get the mask. Right behind you!
For real, what is the plan?
I mean, what the hell were they even doing? You've got Bubblegum Girl back there trying to pull a stealth mission, but she ends up sabotaging the only person in the group who actually has a clue how a fight works.
Women.
You can clearly see these guys have never been in a real fight in their lives. But then, the mask comes off.
It's over, Cray. Professor Callahan?
Hiro realizes the man they're chasing is Professor Callahan, his brother's mentor.
He went in there to save you!
That was his mistake.
Right then and there, any inch of cockiness leaves his body. He rips out the healthcare chip, and Baymax locks in on the target. And as soon as the Avengers from Temu realized they were about to witness a murder, they stepped in and had to physically tackle a red-eyed, murderous Baymax just to save Hiro's soul. Right then, they realized this wasn't a science fair project anymore. It was life or death. From that moment on, the tactical shift is wild. No more stumbling, no more accidental misfires. They stopped being friends in suits and became an Avengers-level tactical team. The next character, however, locked in so hard he basically became a god. Po from Kung Fu Panda.
Monkey, mantis, crane, viper, tigress.
When we first meet Po, he is the definition of a long shot. He's a clumsy, out-of-shape panda who gets winded just thinking about stairs. Nobody, and I mean nobody, actually thought he was the Dragon Warrior. He accidentally crashed into the ceremony because he was late and strapped himself to a chair with fireworks. He was a total joke to the Furious Five and a massive disappointment to Master Shifu. But then, slowly he starts to put in the effort. And he actually kind of starts to get good at fighting. And when he finally gets the Dragon Scroll, he realizes he doesn't have to be like every other Kung Fu warrior. He doesn't need the perfect form or the serious aura. He just needs to be himself. However, the reality check hits hard when Tai Lung shows up. This man is a biological weapon who hospitalized every rhino in the valley and dismantled the entire Furious Five like they were amateurs. He even beats Master Shifu to a pulp.
Hey! Stairs.
To be honest, there was no way Po should have won this. On paper, this was a scheduled execution. But that's when Po truly enters God mode. Or just got favored by the almighty plot armor, but that's besides the point. He locked in on his own unorthodox fighting style, using his fat ass, his padding, and his love for food to turn Tai Lung's perfect technique into a liability.
There is no secret ingredient. It's just you.
Tai Lung is out here trying to hit pressure points, but he's just hitting 6 inches of pure panda shock absorber. It's like trying to punch a waterbed.
You're just a big, fat panda.
I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT!
And then he pulled out a move even Tai Lung didn't even know how to do.
Skadoosh.
Now, let's talk about the meat and sarcasm guy who became a genius strategist, Sokka.
Sokka, the meat and sarcasm guy. But I'm willing to be Sokka, the veggies and straight talk fellow. Deal?
For most of the series, Sokka is the resident goofy guy. The comic relief who gets stuck in holes and has a boomerang that's a 50-50 toss-up for hitting his own head. He honestly felt like a liability. The guy you keep around because he's low-key a vibe, but you definitely don't expect him to win a global war. But when the stakes hit the ceiling, Sokka drops the act. But while he had moments like leading an invasion during the Day of Black Sun, he reached his absolute peak during the finale.
What are we gonna do about the rest of the crew?
Take us down closer to the water. I've got an idea.
He realized they had to take down an entire Fire Nation airship fleet with just 2 girls, his girlfriend Suki, and a blind earthbender currently dangling 5,000 feet in the air. And Bro was not about to make a fool out of himself.
The Fire Lord is Aang's fight. We need to stay focused on stopping that fleet from burning down the Earth Kingdom.
And how do we do that, Captain Boomerang? I can't see outside of this floating hunk of metal.
Airship slice!
This non-bender knew exactly what to do and executed a flawless tactical takeover. Once he commandeered that first ship, Sokka turned into a one-man wrecking ball. He used it as a guided missile to crash into the rest of the fleet, dismantling the Fire Nation's air superiority one collision at a time. But that wasn't even the end of his lock-in flow state. Sokka is dangling off a ledge, holding onto Top's hand with everything he's got. He is quite literally the only thing keeping her from falling. Then suddenly, 2 elite Fire Nation soldiers pull up, thinking they're about to absolutely cook, bro. Big mistake. With one arm still holding onto Toph for her dear life, he sniped the first guy with his boomerang before he could even finish cooking up his fire concoction. And just when you think the other soldier has a clear shot, Sokka kicks his space sword with his right leg, pulling a combination so tough it left the firebender dangling in the air like a pair of balls on a marathon runner. But while Sokka was always on the hero's side, our next legend was a supervillain the whole time, only to end up as the hero when things got tough.
Should have known you'd try to crash the party.
Oh, I intend to do more than crash it. This is a day you and Matrosity shall not soon forget.
For years, Megamind was the ultimate tryhard. He was a blue-headed nerd who thought he was a supervillain, but let's be real, he never actually beat Metro Man. The biggest victory he ever had was basically Metro Man letting him win because he was bored. But the goofball officially retires the second he realizes he's created a monster. When he sees what Titan, a guy he literally gave powers to, has become, the reality hits.
You can take me to jail now.
Oh, no. I was thinking more like the morgue. You're dead!
Whoa. This isn't how you play the game.
Game over.
Titan isn't a hero. He's a psychopathic man-child with the powers of a god. That is the moment Megamind drops the villain act and locks in. He realizes he isn't the villain of this story. He's the only person left who can be the hero.
You're the punk I've heard about.
When I saw this as a kid, I was 100% convinced he had actually talked Metro Man into coming back. Look, I'm sorry guys, I clearly wasn't one of the gifted kids. But the real twist? It was one of Megamind's illusions the whole time. He knew there was no way he could win by strength, so he decided to make a total fool out of Titan instead. But when the illusion didn't hold up and the tech glitched, that's where we see exactly why he's called Megamind and not just Big Head. Even after his cover was blown and he was staring down a god-level threat, he was still able to outmaneuver him. And just like he gave him those powers, he stuck a syringe up his nose and took them all back. Shrinking Titan so bad he made him look like a grower who just got hit by a cold breeze. Next on the list is the rusty car redneck who went from sidekick to super spy, Mater.
You're funny. I like you already. My name's Mater.
In the first movie, Mater is just a simple sidekick. He's the guy telling tall tales about being a daredevil or a rock star. Stories that were so wild, they literally became a spin-off show. Back then, we all just thought he was the support character, the goofy local who existed just to help Lightning McQueen find his heart and get back to the winner's circle. He was a vibe, but nobody was calling him a threat. Then the second movie hits, and things get weird. Mater gets mistaken for a high-level secret agent, and for a while, it's pure luck. He's bumbling into spy meetings and eating wasabi ice cream while high-tech assassins are closing in.
Do not eat the free pistachio ice cream.
But things take a turn the second he realizes Lightning McQueen is in actual danger, and there's a bomb strapped to his own engine. Mater's sidekick personality vanished. He used his legendary backwards driving skills to lure the villains away from the track, hitting top speeds in reverse that most cars can't reach going forward.
Bomb? Yeah, they strapped it to me to kill you as a backup plan.
Backup plan?
But he didn't stop at driving. While the professional spies were looking for high-tech footprints, Mater focused on a single photograph of a mystery engine. Because he spent his entire life working on junkers, which means he was sort of a mortician, he recognized a very specific, rare detail. The Whitworth bolts and the outdated parts that only belonged to a British Leyland engine, successfully exposing Sir Miles Axelrod in front of everyone, forcing him to deactivate the bomb using his own voice. I mean, this whole movie felt like one of his tall tales. I watched Alex Bales, a really small YouTuber, do a video on this, and I couldn't stop laughing. I'll put the link in the descriptions. And we obviously can't talk about Goofy characters without mentioning the man who made the word famous. Goofy.
Whip of the poles, the tug of the line, and...
Since the 1930s, Goofy has been the ultimate clumsy mess. He's the guy crashing through walls and yucking his way through life. And the funniest bit? He actually fought in the army, so maybe his goofiness was just him coping with the PTSD? And to no one's surprise, that goofy energy carries right into the 1995 A Goofy Movie. In this film, Goofy is on a road trip with his son Max, trying to rekindle the father-son relationship. But to be honest, it's hard for a teenager to respect a dad who is low-key an idiot and keeps proving it every chance he gets. And this only leads Max to actually think he's kinda smarter than his dad. So he lies and changes the map. But when Goofy finds out, something changes. He just goes silent.
Dad? Why bother? I'm probably too stupid to understand anyway, right?
The funny guy mask slips, revealing a father with pure emotional depth.
I never wanted to go on this stupid vacation!
That heartbreak is exactly what makes him lock in. Later on, they find themselves in a deadly situation at the waterfall, and Max uses the perfect cast his father taught him to save them both. It becomes a real, grounded moment of connection. From that moment on, Goofy becomes a total W-dad. He crashes a global pop concert, takes over the stage, and executes a flawless dance routine, outperforming professional dancers to make his son's dream a reality. He proved that you don't need to be cool to be elite. You just need to be there for the people you love. And now, finally, the character we all never thought had the ability to lock in, Pumba.
Sorry about that, pal.
Hakuna Matata.
Come again.
Hakuna Matata? It means no worries.
For the majority of his journey, Pumba is the going-with-the-flow guy. He spends his life chasing bugs, getting stuck in logs, and providing the soundtrack for Simba's carefree years in the jungle.
These 2 words will solve all your problems.
That's right. Take Pumba, for example.
To the rest of the animal kingdom, he's just a lovable, slow-witted sidekick with a digestive system that's a biohazard. He was never seen as a threat. But then, their worry-free life gets cut short when they have to leave the jungle and go help their buddy take back his kingdom from his evil Unk. During the final battle for Pride Rock, Pumba finds himself cornered by the hyenas. For a second, it looks like he's just going to be another victim of the pack. Then, Bonsai makes a mistake. He calls him a pig.
Hey, who's the pig? Are you talking to me?
Uh-oh, they called him a pig.
Are you talking to me?
Shouldn't have done that.
Are you talking to me?
Now
And honestly, I'd also crash out. Nobody likes being called a pig. Even pigs don't like to be called a pig. The Hakuna Matata lifestyle evaporated, and Pumba officially locked in.
They call me Mr. Pig!
He didn't just defend himself, he went into full beast mode. He charged into a pack of elite scavengers like a 300-pound tactical tank. He wasn't tripping over his own feet anymore. He was using his tusks and sheer momentum to clear the battlefield. Pumba demonstrated that pigs can actually do the work, but only when we call them pigs. Click here to watch why DreamWorks villains are so damn good. Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao!